Good evening, my darlings. 28th of May. And I bring you Dean Koontz, One Door Away from Heaven. And it's such a lovely, massive book. But true to Dean Koontz's form, he's a lot like Stephen King. He likes to give you your money's worth. And in this book, it's no exception. It's beautifully written. Absolutely stunning. I just tilt this. That's better. See more better, my darling. So I'm wearing my apron. I'm about to go cook dinner. But I thought I would hop on while my family are quite doing their own thing, and we would do One Door Away from Heaven. I wrote some notes. It was first published on January the 1st, 2001 by Headline Book Publishing. And the one that we have here is from 2002. It is a first edition. As you can see, I have loved the hell out of it. And it was also published by Headline Book Publishings. Well, this is a novel about friendship, kindness, understanding, acceptance, and the love of family and genuine people. The world is full of broken people, be it drugs or abuse, broken bones and broken spirits. Time can't mend fractured hearts, wounded minds, or torn spirits. The truth is that we learn to live with it. What we don't break you can only make you stronger, right? In my opinion, is whatever don't kill me, I better start running, because I'm after it. Change isn't easy. Changing the way you are, the way you live, means to change what you believe about life. Nevertheless, for reasons sometimes that we cannot understand, every aspect of this change, be it change to our surroundings or our family, sometimes you don't get a say in what happens and you just have to go with it. Sink or swim. Or as darling Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. Accept the change. It's a gift that one day you will begin to understand. In this novel, we meet Micky Bellsong. She has the biggest, monumental history of making wrong choices. She desperately wants to change this about herself, but she's living with her aunt in a dusty trailer on the far edge of a Californian dream. It's here that she meets Leilani Madoc, a very precocious but radiantly brilliant and dazzlingly charming 9-year-old little girl. Although the little girl's leg is in a brace and her left hand is deformed, she's a very happy child and has a great inner strength. Her brilliant spirit begins to inspire change in Micky, which is a good thing, because we all need that little person saying, well, perhaps if you tried it this way, it might not hurt so much. And that's a bit what that is Leilani. That's what she's like. Leilani's charm and buoyancy. Micky senses that something's not quite right. There's a little bit of a quiet desperation and fear that the girl is trying desperately to hide. And then suddenly the Madoc family completely disappear. Micky is convinced that Leilani's life is in danger and no one cares but Micky. So Micky goes in hot pursuit and goes on an epic voyage across America to rescue Leilani and her family. Micky is on her epic rescue when she realises that she has a rival, an awful man. Oh, and he is vile. He is what hell has spawned. He is very fearsome and he is incredibly cunning, but aren't all killers? And aren't all killers in Dean Koontz's books absolute bastards? Well, this guy is no exception. It's quite the novel, is this. We also have a 10-year-old boy who has magical powers, who is also trying to help Leilani. And they are being pursued by the ruthless killer. He's an exterminator. He's not a killer. He just exterminates. He's extreme extermination is this man. And he gets rid of anything that is impure and has no purpose in this world. So, blimey, he's got a chip on both shoulders. Will Micky and the magical 10-year-old boy get to Leilani and her family before the killer does? It's definitely a good versus evil novel and questions our Christianity and whether or not there is more to our lives than we realise. Is it out there? Are there aliens? Is there a God? Are there dogs? There are lots of dogs in this actually. Very clever, intelligent dogs. And yeah, they are so, what's the word? Crucial to Leilani and her family getting out of the stick that they're in. Definitely. Come on, Monty. Monty's just come into the office. I think he wants to know what I'm up to. Hey, coming up for a cuddle? Come on. Oh. Oh, you can see his tail. He's having a wander around. I think he's cross with me because I've not given him his dinner. Although I have given his dinner, but he will find it when he goes and opens his eyes and looks for it. Won't you? So, yeah, I'll definitely give this book 10 out of 10. It's classic Koontz. I love Koontz. I think his writing is sublime. He is the master of thrill and suspense, and you're always going to get a fantastic story. And it is beautiful. The characters are well written. Leilani is an absolute charmer, even though she's slightly precocious, but that's because of her disabilities, and she's basically just trying to be more Leilani, be more, I don't care, I'm going to get on with it, this is what life's thrown at me, just cope. And if a few more of us could just be a little bit more, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and cope with what life throws at us, perhaps, just perhaps, we might have less people hitting the wall and screaming, it ain't fair. Well, you know what? Life ain't fair. But you just got to play the hand you dealt with, and that's what Leilani does really, really well. I think it was Spike Milligan that said, if life was a deck of cards, someone is cheating. So, yeah. But sometimes you just got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and just say, all right, I made some crap choices, but I'm not going to make any more crap choices, and everything's going to be just fine. I'll be back in a minute. Hello. Hello, my love. How are you? Thank you. How are you? I'm okay. It's just out for check this out in program. Perfect. So, fast. See you later. No, Monty Bonte, you are not going to make a bolt for the door. We really ought to rename our cat Blacksmith because he's always trying to make a bolt for the door. Ba-dum. Bad joke, old joke, I know, but sometimes that's just what Monty's like. Eyes in the back of your head, or as my grandma used to say, you gotta have eyes in your ass. My grandma was full of absolutely wonderful sayings, which is passed on to me. So anyway, sorry about that. Just a bit of an interruption, but it doesn't matter. I'm back now. I can't recommend this book enough. It is wonderful. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I will read you the first page. The world is full of broken people. Splints, casts, miracle drugs, and time can't mend fractured hearts, wounded minds, or torn spirits. Currently, sunshine was Micky Bellsong's medication of choice, and Southern California in late August was an apothecary with deep supply of this prescription. God, I can't read tonight. Tuesday afternoon, wearing a bikini and oiled for a broiling, Micky reclined in a lounge chair in her Aunt Geneva's backyard. The nylon webbing was nausea-inducing shade of green, and it sagged too, and the aluminium joints creaked as though the lawn furniture were far older than Micky, who was only 28 years old, but sometimes felt ancient. Her aunt, from whom fate had stolen everything except a reliable sense of humour, referred to the yard as the garden that would be the rosebush. The property was wider than it was deep, to allow the full length of the house trailer to the face of the street. Instead of a lawn with trees, a narrow covered patio shaded the front entrance. Here in the back, a strip of grass extended from one side of the hot lot to the other, but it provided a scant 12 feet of turf between the door and the rear fence. The grass flourished because Geneva watered it regularly with a hose. The rosebush, however, responded perversely to tender care. In spite of ample sunshine, water and plant food, in spite of the regular aeration of its roots and periodic treatment with measured dose of insecticide, the bush remained as scraggly and as blighted as any specimen watered with venom, and fed pure sulphur in the satanic gardens of hell. So no matter what they did to this rose bush, it would not grow. I'm not going to read you anymore because I'm really super tired. I've got dinner to cook and I'm just exhausted. I've had one of those very long days with very distressed people trying to sort out their problems. Lordy Lord, there ain't enough why in my day to fix what you got going on. Try as I might though, I still keep going in the vain attempt that one day I'll get through and it will be amazing. Just gotta keep going, gotta keep smiling, gotta keep thinking that these people have just been sent to try me. And boy, they are doing a good job. I will say what I always say. Happy readings, darlings, and enjoy. And I'll be back tomorrow with another little nugget of joy for you. What will it be? It's a surprise. Maybe I could use this book for going smacking them. That might solve the problems. Great therapist you are, Mrs. Fairy. There we are. Anyway, take care everybody, and I shall see you tomorrow night.